What's up, traders? My name is Layla, and welcome back to this week's no-nonsense market recap from Bullish Bear. This week brought headline-grabbing moves, blockbuster earnings, and big surprises across tech, energy, and commodities that kept investors glued to their screens. Tech once again stole the show. Intel made waves after reports it's in talks with Apple about taking a stake in the struggling chipmaker, potentially a lifeline for Intel and a new strategic play for Apple. Meanwhile, Apple itself rallied toward all-time highs after Wedbush raised its price target, citing strong early demand for the iPhone 17. Nvidia grabbed the spotlight yet again, hitting record highs after unveiling a massive $100 billion partnership with OpenAI and laying out bold new plans for AI computing. The AI frenzy didn't stop there. Alibaba jumped sharply after pledging to increase its AI spending well beyond the original $50 million, and Accenture climbed as demand for AI consulting services surged. Even chip equipment giant ASML spiked after a Morgan Stanley upgrade, proving AI excitement is still fueling tech optimism. Energy and commodities saw equally dramatic action. Lithium Americas rocketed higher on reports the Trump administration may take an equity stake in the company, which is renegotiating a $2.2 billion DOE loan for its Nevada Thacker Pass project. This is set to become one of North America's largest lithium sources by 2027. Gold soared past $3,800 an ounce, lifted by a weaker dollar and bets on future Fed easing. And oil hit a 7-week high as U.S. crude inventories unexpectedly dropped. Corporate headlines really kept the momentum going though. Amazon agreed to pay $2.5 billion to settle FTC claims over misleading Prime subscriptions, barely a dent in its revenue, but a notable regulatory win. Disney also announced yet another price hike for its streaming platforms, stirring renewed debate amid the ongoing suspension of Jimmy Kimmel. Micron slipped despite a strong outlook, while Tesla climbed on bullish analyst upgrades. Boeing advanced on reports the US and China are nearing a deal that can involve as many as 500 aircraft. And Pfizer announced a $7.3 billion acquisition of Medsera, adding to a wave of deal-making. Economic data also surprised this week. The U.S. economy showed resilience as second quarter GDP rebounded to 3.8% annualized growth, up sharply from first quarter's 0.6% decline. Jobless claims fell to 218,000, highlighting ongoing labor market strength, and Treasury yields ticked higher as investors weighed the Fed's cautious approach to rate cuts. Real estate offered a bright spot, with new home sales surging in August as mortgage rates eased, though affordability still remains a hurdle. Crypto delivered its usual volatility. Bitcoin and Ether swung sharply as billions in options neared expiration, while Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong made waves by predicting Bitcoin could hit 1 million by 2030. All in all, this week proved that markets remain as dynamic and unpredictable as ever. For more updates, tune in next week as we continue to track the market's every move, and subscribe down below to Bullish Bear for more market recap videos. Until next time, stay disciplined, manage your risk, and remember, bears make money, bulls make money, but pigs get slaughtered. See you in the trading room.